Hi everyone and welcome. Today, we'll gently explore the quiet and incredibly beautiful world of flowers. A place where every petal has its own story, and every scent brings a sense of calm. Make yourself comfortable, relax, and let these soft, soothing facts slowly ease your mind and carry you into a peaceful world where everything moves slowly, naturally, and without rush. The quiet origins of flowers. Flowers are among the most familiar and comforting sights in nature, yet their story begins in a surprisingly ancient and mysterious chapter of Earth's history. Long before humans walked the planet, and even before many modern animals evolved, the first flowering plants quietly appeared and began to transform the world. Scientists believe that flowers evolved around 140 million years ago, during the time of the dinosaurs. Before that period, most plants reproduced using cones or spores, like pine trees or ferns. The emergence of flowers marked a major turning point in the evolution of life on Earth. These delicate structures allowed plants to reproduce more efficiently and attract the help of insects, birds, and eventually mammals. At first glance, flowers may seem simple: petals, stems, and a pleasant scent. But in reality, they are incredibly sophisticated biological systems. Each part of a flower plays a specific role in reproduction. The colorful petals act as visual signals, guiding pollinators toward nectar. The scent works like an invisible invitation drifting through the air, sometimes detectable from hundreds of meters away. Even the shape of a flower is often perfectly adapted to the animals that visit it. One of the most relaxing facts about flowers is how slowly and patiently their evolution unfolded. Over millions of years, flowers diversified into an astonishing variety of shapes, colors, and sizes. Some became tiny and nearly invisible, while others grew into spectacular blossoms larger than a human face. This gradual process created the breathtaking botanical diversity we see today in gardens, forests, meadows, and jungles. Another peaceful aspect of flowers is the quiet partnership they formed with pollinators. Bees, butterflies, hummingbirds, and even bats became important partners in spreading pollen from one flower to another. This relationship is known as pollination, and it is one of nature's most elegant collaborations. Flowers provide nectar and pollen as food, while animals help plants reproduce. Neither side speaks, yet their interaction has continued for millions of years. Interestingly, the colors of flowers evolved largely to communicate with insects. Bees, for example, can see ultraviolet patterns that humans cannot. Many flowers contain hidden ultraviolet markings that act like landing guides, showing bees exactly where to go. What looks like a simple petal to us may actually be a detailed map designed for a pollinator's eyes. Flowers also helped reshape entire ecosystems. As flowering plants spread across the planet, they created new sources of food for insects and animals. Over time, this supported the development of richer forests, grasslands, and habitats. In a sense, flowers quietly helped build the modern natural world. Perhaps one of the most calming things about flowers is the rhythm in which they grow. They follow slow, predictable cycles: buds forming, petals opening, and blossoms eventually fading back into seeds. This gentle cycle repeats year after year, reminding us of nature's steady and patient pace. Today there are over 300,000 known species of flowering plants, making them the most diverse group of plants on Earth. From alpine meadows high in the mountains to tropical rainforests near the equator, flowers have adapted to almost every environment imaginable. When we pause to look at a flower, we are not just seeing a beautiful object. We are looking at the result of millions of years of evolution, cooperation, and quiet natural design. In their stillness and simplicity, flowers carry one of the oldest and most peaceful stories in the living world. The secret language of flower colors. Flowers are not only beautiful decorations of nature. Their colors form a quiet but powerful language that plants have developed over millions of years. Each shade, pattern, and tone often serves a purpose, helping flowers communicate with the animals that help them survive. One of the most relaxing facts about flowers is that their colors are not random. In nature, color acts like a signal. Bright reds, yellows, blues, and purples are carefully shaped by evolution to attract specific pollinators. Bees, butterflies, birds, and other animals see the world differently than humans do, and flowers have adapted to match their vision. For example, bees are especially attracted to blue and violet flowers. They can see ultraviolet light, which humans cannot perceive. Many flowers contain hidden ultraviolet patterns on their petals. These patterns act like glowing landing guides, directing bees toward the center of the flower where nectar and pollen are located. To a human eye, a petal may look plain, but to a bee it may appear like a detailed runway leading directly to food. Red flowers, on the other hand, are often designed for birds such as hummingbirds. These birds have excellent vision for red tones and can easily spot such flowers from a distance. Because many insects cannot see red as clearly, red flowers sometimes avoid competition with bees and butterflies, reserving their nectar for bird pollinators. White flowers follow another quiet strategy. Many of them open or release stronger scents at night. Their pale petals reflect moonlight, making them easier for nighttime pollinators, such as moths, to find. In the calm darkness of evening gardens and forests, these flowers glow softly, guiding insects through the night air. Another fascinating aspect of flower color is that it can change over time. Some flowers begin with one color and gradually shift to another as they age. This transformation often signals to pollinators whether the flower still contains nectar. A freshly opened flower may be bright and vibrant, while an older one fades in color, quietly telling visiting insects that the nectar has already been taken. The pigments responsible for flower colors are also remarkable. Compounds called anthocyanins, carotenoids, and other plant pigments create the vast palette seen in nature. These pigments not only produce color but can also protect plants from strong sunlight, temperature changes, and environmental stress. Across the world, flower colors paint entire landscapes. Spring meadows burst into yellow with dandelions and buttercups. Lavender fields stretch across hills in soft purple waves. Tropical forests display brilliant reds and oranges among deep green leaves. Each region of the planet has developed its own floral colors shaped by climate, soil, and pollinators. Perhaps the most calming thought is that flowers have been speaking this silent language for millions of years. Without sound or movement, they guide insects, birds, and animals with gentle signals of color and scent. It is a conversation that happens quietly in every garden and meadow. When we pause to look closely at a flower, we are not just seeing beauty. We are witnessing a subtle form of communication written in color, a peaceful dialogue between plants and the living world around them. The gentle science of flower scents. Among the many quiet wonders of flowers, their scent is perhaps the most subtle and calming. Unlike bright colors that we can easily see, the fragrance of a flower drifts invisibly through the air, carried by the wind in delicate chemical signals. For millions of years, these scents have served as one of nature's most elegant communication systems. Flower fragrances are created by complex mixtures of natural compounds known as volatile organic molecules. These tiny molecules evaporate easily and travel through the air, allowing animals and insects to detect flowers from surprisingly long distances. A bee or moth can often locate a flower simply by following the faint trail of its scent. What makes this especially fascinating is that each flower species produces its own unique aromatic signature. Some scents are sweet and honey-like, Others smell fresh and citrusy, while a few may resemble spices, vanilla, or even chocolate. This diversity helps different pollinators identify the flowers that provide them with food. Many of the scents that humans find pleasant evolved specifically to attract insects. For example, the soft perfume of roses, jasmine, or lilies appeals strongly to bees and butterflies. These insects associate certain fragrances with nectar rewards, and over time they learn to recognize the scents that lead them to food. Interestingly, some flowers release their fragrance only at certain times of the day. Day-blooming flowers often produce scent in the morning or afternoon when bees are most active. Night-blooming flowers, however, release stronger perfumes after sunset. Their fragrance guides nocturnal pollinators such as moths and bats through the darkness. The strength of a flower's scent can also change depending on temperature, sunlight, and humidity. On warm evenings, flower fragrances tend to travel farther through the air. This is why gardens often smell especially rich and relaxing at dusk, when the cooling air allows scents to linger gently in the atmosphere. Some flowers even use surprisingly unusual scents to attract pollinators. Certain tropical plants produce odors that resemble ripe fruit, fermented nectar, or even decaying material. While these smells may seem strange to humans, they are highly attractive to specific insects that help carry pollen from flower to flower. Beyond pollination, flower scents also play a role in protecting plants. Some fragrances can repel herbivores or attract beneficial insects that prey on pests. In this way, scent becomes part of a plant's quiet defense system, working invisibly to maintain balance in its environment. Humans have long been captivated by these natural aromas. Throughout history, people have used flower scents in perfumes, oils, teas, and traditional medicine. Lavender fields, rose gardens, and jasmine blossoms have become symbols of calm and relaxation in many cultures. Perhaps the most peaceful aspect of flower fragrance is that it asks nothing from us. It simply drifts through the air, unnoticed until we pause and breathe it in. In that moment, the invisible chemistry of nature becomes part of our experience, reminding us that even the quietest details of the natural world are full of remarkable complexity and beauty. The slow and peaceful life cycle of flowers. Flowers may appear delicate and short-lived, but their life cycle is part of one of the most ancient and carefully balanced rhythms in nature. From the moment a seed begins to grow to the time a flower releases new seeds back into the soil, the entire process follows a quiet and remarkably organized pattern that has existed for millions of years. The life of a flower usually begins with a seed resting in the ground. At first, the seed may remain dormant for weeks, months, or even years, waiting for the right conditions. Temperature, moisture, sunlight, and soil nutrients all influence when a seed will awaken. When these conditions become favorable, the seed slowly begins to germinate. A tiny root pushes downward into the soil, while a small shoot rises upward toward the light. As the young plant grows, it begins to develop leaves that capture sunlight. Through a process known as photosynthesis, the plant converts sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide into the energy it needs to grow. This stage can last for weeks or months as the plant gradually builds strength. During this time, the future flower is quietly forming inside the plant as a small bud. The appearance of a flower bud marks an important turning point in the plant's life. Buds are carefully protected structures that hold the developing petals and reproductive parts of the flower. Slowly, as the bud matures, the outer layers begin to loosen. At the right moment, often guided by temperature and daylight, the petals gently unfold. This moment of blooming is one of the most peaceful events in nature. A flower that was once tightly closed opens gradually to reveal its colors, patterns, and fragrance. 4 pollinators such as bees, butterflies, and birds this is an invitation to visit. For humans, it is often a symbol of beauty, growth, and renewal. After pollination occurs, the flower begins another quiet transformation. The petals may fade or fall away, while the inner parts of the flower begin producing seeds. In many plants, these seeds develop inside fruits or protective structures that help them spread into the environment. Nature has created many clever ways for seeds to travel. Some are carried by the wind, drifting slowly through the air like tiny parachutes. Others attach themselves to animal fur or feathers. Certain plants rely on water to transport seeds along rivers and streams, while others depend on animals that eat fruit and later disperse the seeds elsewhere. Eventually, these seeds settle into new soil where the cycle may begin again. In this way, the life of a flower continues far beyond a single bloom. Each generation quietly prepares the next, maintaining the delicate balance of plant life across forests, meadows, mountains, and gardens. Perhaps the most calming aspect of the flower life cycle is its steady pace. Flowers do not rush. They grow, bloom, and fade according to the rhythms of sunlight, seasons, and climate. Year after year, this peaceful cycle repeats, creating the colorful landscapes that bring calm and beauty to the natural world. When we observe a blooming flower, we are witnessing just one moment in a much longer story, one that connects seeds, soil, sunlight, and time in a gentle and enduring cycle of life. The hidden healing power of flowers. Beyond their beauty and fragrance, many flowers carry a quiet and remarkable secret. They have long played a role in healing and medicine. Across cultures and centuries, people have discovered that certain flowers contain natural compounds capable of calming the mind, soothing the body, and supporting health in gentle ways. The connection between flowers and healing began long before modern science. Ancient civilizations carefully observed the effects of plants in nature. Over time, they learned which flowers could be brewed into teas, used in oils, or applied to the skin. These traditions became the foundation of early herbal medicine and continue to influence natural remedies today. One of the most well-known examples is chamomile, a small white flower with a golden center. Chamomile tea has been used for thousands of years as a natural way to relax the body and encourage restful sleep. Its gentle compounds can help calm the nervous system, making it one of the most popular herbal remedies in the world. Another famous healing flower is lavender. With its soft purple blossoms and soothing scent, lavender has long been associated with relaxation and stress relief. Its essential oils are often used in aromatherapy to promote calmness, reduce anxiety, and improve sleep quality. Walking through a field of lavender, many people report feeling an immediate sense of peace. The calendula flower, sometimes called pot marigold, has also been valued for centuries. Its bright orange and yellow petals contain natural compounds that may support skin healing. Calendula extracts are commonly used in creams and balms to soothe minor cuts, irritation, and inflammation. Flowers can even influence mood through their scent and appearance. Studies have shown that the presence of flowers in homes, hospitals, and workplaces can positively affect emotional well-being. The simple act of seeing fresh flowers may reduce stress and increase feelings of comfort and happiness. In traditional medicine systems around the world, flowers are often part of complex healing practices. In Chinese herbal traditions, certain blossoms are used to support digestion and circulation. In Ayurvedic medicine from India, flowers are sometimes included in herbal mixtures designed to balance the body's natural energies. Modern science continues to study the chemical compounds found within flowers. Researchers have discovered that many of these plants contain antioxidants, anti-inflammatory agents, and other beneficial substances. Some modern medicines are even derived from compounds originally found in flowering plants. Yet perhaps the most calming aspect of flowers and healing is how gently they work. Unlike many fast-acting medicines, herbal remedies made from flowers often support the body gradually. Their effects are subtle, encouraging the body's natural ability to restore balance over time. Throughout history, flowers have quietly helped humans find comfort, relaxation, and healing. Whether growing in wild meadows or cultivated in gardens, they offer more than beauty. Hidden within their petals are natural tools that have supported human well-being for thousands of years. In this way, flowers remind us that some of nature's most powerful gifts arrive in the softest forms. Small blossoms that bloom silently, carrying both beauty and healing within their fragile petals. Why flowers bring calm to the human mind. Across cultures and centuries, flowers have been closely connected with feelings of peace, beauty, and emotional comfort. While they are important for ecosystems and plant reproduction, flowers also have a remarkable influence on the human mind. Scientists and psychologists have increasingly studied why something as simple as a flower can make people feel calmer and happier. One reason lies in the way the human brain responds to natural environments. Throughout most of human history, people lived closely connected to nature. Forests, fields, and flowering plants were part of daily life. Because of this long relationship, the human brain evolved to respond positively to natural shapes, colors, and patterns. Flowers, with their gentle symmetry and soft forms, naturally capture our attention without overwhelming our senses. Another calming aspect of flowers is their color. Many flowers display soft, balanced tones, pinks, purples, whites, and warm yellows, that are known to create feelings of relaxation. Color psychology studies have shown that natural colors often reduce mental stress and help the brain shift into a more restful state. This is one reason gardens and parks filled with flowers can feel so peaceful. Flowers also encourage a slower pace of observation. Unlike moving animals or changing landscapes, flowers remain still. When people stop to observe a flower, they often focus on small details: the shape of the petals, the texture of pollen, or the way sunlight passes through delicate colors. This quiet attention naturally slows the mind and can create a meditative effect. Researchers have also discovered that flowers may influence emotional health. Studies have shown that people who receive flowers often report increased happiness and reduced feelings of anxiety. Even the presence of flowers in a room can create a more positive atmosphere. Hospitals sometimes place flowers in patient rooms because they may help support emotional recovery. Gardens filled with flowers have become important spaces for relaxation around the world. Botanical gardens, parks, and flower fields attract millions of visitors each year. Walking among flowers encourages gentle movement, fresh air, and a break from busy urban environments. These simple experiences can help reduce stress and improve mood. The connection between flowers and calmness also appears in many cultural traditions. In Japan, the art of ikebana, or flower arrangement, is practiced as a form of mindful creativity. In other cultures, flowers are used in ceremonies, celebrations, and places of reflection. Their presence often symbolizes renewal, harmony, and the quiet beauty of life. Perhaps the most peaceful quality of flowers is their simplicity. They do not demand attention, yet they quietly transform landscapes with color and fragrance. A single flower growing beside a path can brighten a moment, reminding us to pause and appreciate the natural world. In a fast-moving modern world, flowers continue to offer something rare, a gentle invitation to slow down. Their colors, scents, and delicate forms remind us that beauty does not need to be loud or dramatic. Sometimes the most powerful calm can be found in the quiet presence of a flower gently opening to the light.